What's going on? Nick here from VirtualAssistantAssistant.com. Today, I'm joined by Mr. Gurjeet Dhillon. He's one of the co-founders of MyTasker, one of the top-rated and long-running virtual assistant operations in India. So, Gurjeet, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Hello, everyone.
Let's kick this off with the question that is maybe on my mind and probably on a lot of people's mind is like, okay, there are dozens and dozens and dozens of similar sounding outsourcing operations, BPO companies, virtual assistant companies operating out of India. What separates MyTasker from everybody else?
There are 3 points that I wish to go over. The first one that I wish to talk about is we have been in the industry for more than 7 years. So that has helped us learn a lot of things, and we faced a lot of challenges. And by answering those challenges, we enhance the value of our offerings. For an example, we introduced something like a quality check process, where the immediate supervisor reviews the work before it gets into the client. So there's something through our experience we learned that we needed a process like this. So we implemented it. This ensured better quality output. And then we have also realized over the period of time that writing is one of the key skills to have for someone to be a good virtual assistant. So what we do is we audit all our emails and chat communications and run training for the same. This helps kind of enhance the value of our offerings as well.
Okay.
Now, the other points that I wish to go through, which let's say separates us from other companies, we aren't desperate to get you on board with us. I mean, it doesn't mean that we don't need clients. What I mean is we are looking for meaningful long-term relationships. So we set realistic expectations upfront. And one realistic expectation that I want our viewers to understand here is to make this work, you need to burn time initially to gain time in the near future. So you need to work hard initially to, delegate some of the work, or let's say, to delegate a process, just, getting off some of the hats he or she's wearing. So initially, you need to work hard towards it. And being aware of, the challenges associated with the delegation process, we have introduced something like exclusive trial, where the first few days of your delegation process is on us. We charge only $1 just to avoid spam. Right. So when you sign up, as soon as you sign up, we assign you a single point of contact. Now, this person understands your initial instructions, understands your vision, and performs some sample work for you in order to help you evaluate our services and choose an appropriate subscription plan for your needs.
Okay.
And
so that's the onboarding. It's that $1 trial, single point of contact. Hey, we're going to work with you. If you've never created process documentation before, hey, we can work with you to get that out of your head and onto some paper, onto a repeatable process that somebody else can execute on for you. Appreciate you mentioned the quality assurance process, something that has evolved over time, and I imagine will continue to evolve. And then evaluating and providing training and feedback on an assistant's writing skills. It sounds like a lot of the client communication is going to be through email, through chat, and being able to communicate clearly in that channel is an important differentiating factor. Now, one question for you is on either the menu of services or the type of clients that you see coming to you more often than most after 5, 6, 7 years in business. On the menu of services on MyTasker, of course, you got listed the administrative support, the accounting and bookkeeping stuff, the web design and development, the whole suite of digital marketing. Is there a sweet spot for you where it's like, okay, we really nail this. If somebody comes to us for help in this subject area, we know we're going to have a successful relationship?
Our ideal clients would be entrepreneurs, managers, busy leaders, those who are working in the business and have realized that they need to work on their business, and they are willing to work hard initially to delegate some of their current work, and that current work can be handled from a distant location. Those would be our ideal clients. And talking about the menu, the work that we handle, commonly they train their virtual employees for their specific administrative needs.
Okay. Is it set
Mhm.
up where, so you talked about single point of contact. I've got some administrative stuff. Maybe I need somebody to manage my calendar and just kind of perform email triage
Mhm,
for me.
mhm, mhm.
But then I also have this task that involves, blog post formatting or, uh,
Okay. Mhm.
designing Pinterest images. Is that something that is
Right.
all kind of under one roof? I wouldn't necessarily expect one person to have all those skills, but like, can I still work with MyTasker as a single point of contact or a single kind of line item expense on my budget?
Okay. How it works is, as soon as someone subscribes, every single client of MyTasker is assigned with a single point of contact. We have dedicated teams with team leads for technical requirements: website designing and development, writing and editing, bookkeeping, video editing. We do consider writing and editing as one of the technical requirements.
Sure, sure.
So as soon as they sign up, they get this single point of contact. Now their single point of contact can coordinate with these departments for all their technical needs and can perform all administrative work himself or herself, or even get the administrative work done by the best fit available on floor and can act as client's manager only. It depends the way the client wants this relationship to go forward.
Okay. And is that still like, okay, if I bought the 40-hour a week plan, 20-hour a week plan, like it's all getting pulled out of that same bucket of monthly hours or however many weekly hours I have?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's very cool. So you can have lots of
Yeah,
different
right,
skill
right.
sets under one service provider and maintain a single point of contact and have it just, kind of a flat fee per month. Anywhere you've run into trouble where it's just like, okay, this is not a fit. This is, we're going to have to part ways, or like, the client education process, trying to maybe save some
Right.
people some heartache up front if it's not a fit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think someone who's not, someone who doesn't know what they're doing is is definitely, this services won't be a good fit for them. And someone who has no tolerance at the initial stage to repeat their instructions,
Yeah.
or is not willing to work hard initially to gain time in the near future. Yeah, I think I'm just trying to define, the client for whom this services won't be a good fit. Um, I would like to share one incident where I asked my assistant to, do something for me, and I was irate on, receiving back the resolution as it was not as per my desire. But then I went through my instructions and decided to create a video to give some clarity on what I needed. So that's the thing. You need to have some tolerance level at the initial stage to repeat your instructions and develop this, relationship with your virtual employee. And I'm sure, if you show this patience at the initial stage, it is going to kind of benefit you in the future.
All right. Yeah. You got to have
And
some patience out of the gate. I remember kind of being in that same boat early on in my own delegation, and to a certain extent still sometimes today I was like, why didn't you get this? It's like, well, I've been doing it every day for 4 years, and it's like to expect somebody to come in, with all of that, pent up experience and knowledge and be able to perform at the same level. It's like, okay, that's just not realistic. But like you said, creating these video processes and like, okay, expecting some patience.
right.
Everybody on your team is working from the central office, kind of a call center type of office setup?
Yes, and it is located in Kolkata, eastern part of India. Yeah, they all are working from I mean, under one roof, the same office.
And there's got to be hundreds of people on your team at this point.
Yeah, we are a team of 102 now.
Wow.
To be very
You passed
specific.
over the century mark. Man, congratulations on that growth. That's cool.
Thanks.
Anything else we should know before we wrap up?
Yeah, I mean, one final, let's say, a fun task for the viewers of this video. Sit with maybe a cup of tea or coffee on some weekend morning and list up all the current things that you do and also the approximate time that you spend on each. And prepare one more list. Let's call this the other list as willing to do list, and list up things that you're willing to take up on your plate. Now look at your current list and figure out what you can delegate. Prioritize your willing to do list and figure out what you can slide in after making room for them. Contact MyTasker with these lists of things that you have identified to be delegated.
I like it. So 2 lists. The first is everything that you're currently doing and maybe a side note of how much time you're spending on those. And then the second list is everything that you want to get done, but you just don't have time for because you're too caught up on the first list. And then, hey, call up MyTasker. They've got 20% off your first month for Virtual Assistant visitors. We'll let you know how to claim that offer in a link below this video. And then see what progress you can make on list number 2 after clearing off a little bit of these more tedious items off your plate. Well, Gurjeet, really appreciate you sharing that little bit of advice. I probably need to go revisit my my lists at this point as well, and we'll catch up with you soon.